Hello and welcome back to the Motorsport Better podcast. I'm your host DD, and joining me today once again is my friend and your co-host Vedant. On this episode, we'll be talking about Logan Sargeant in F1. So let's grab some chai, take our seats, ready your opinions, and dive right into the conversation. Hello Vedant, what a weekend of racing! But we will be talking nothing about all of that happened this past weekend in this particular uh, podcast episode, if you want to put it that way. The question we'll be trying to answer right now is: will the American F1 fans get behind Logan Sargeant in 2023? Now,
Well,
the
I
reason
hope
I'm
they
asking,
do. We hope
yes,
they do.
yes, yes. The reason I ask this question is because we have to remember one thing which is very, very important, and I think Alexander Rossi said the same thing when he was being interviewed about Logan Sargent's entry into F1 by the Racer magazine. And that is, American fans get behind whoever is winning from their country, right? Whether that is soccer, which they don't watch, whatever sport, as
Yeah.
long as they're winning, they'll get behind the person. However, that will not be the case for Logan Sargent. Logan Sargent will be in a Williams, and really the only person he'll be competing with, given everything that has gone on, is Alex Albon. So what do we expect? Will America get behind Logan Sargent? If not, what will it take to get the American fans, get excited about Logan Sargent long term, not just for the first couple of races or the first half of the season, but continue to, how can we or anyone else get American fans to continue to support Logan Sargent over the next few years?
Sorry about that. Um, yeah, it's. I mean, it's an interesting topic because it's not just about American fans. Generally, when someone from your country goes out into a new venture, you sort of hear the news, right? But you don't actually thoroughly follow them unless and until they go on to greater heights. Like even with
Yeah, the
Jehan,
casual fan will not
yeah,
care about someone who's 20th on the grid.
exactly. Yeah, like even with Jehan, the year we got to know about Jehan Darwala was when he was fighting for that F3 title, right? Before that, no one knew about him. The general fans didn't know about him in India, right? So I mean that's the gist of it. Uh, Hopefully he produces some sort of performances that can catch eyeballs. I mean, it will still be P16 or P15, something like that. If he gets points, that's incredible. That will definitely catch eyeballs and definitely push him into the spotlight per se. But yeah, I mean, there will be support. There will be support, and we have three American races this year: Miami, Las Vegas, and Kota as usual. So the support for Logan Sargent will be there no matter what. But I guess like from your perspective, what you're trying to ask, maybe we shouldn't expect that much. But yeah, it's
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not just about the fan. Like, it's not about the hardcore F1 fan. The hardcore
yeah,
F1 fan understands the difference between the machinery and the driver when they are on track and the results they're producing. But the casual F1 fan who's simply tuning in, who just on Netflix Drive to Survive, may not, care as much. For him, it might just be a lackluster performance, someone who's not good enough, and that might not show well. And I think there's two aspects of this that I'm a little worried about. The first one is Williams itself. Now, obviously, Williams is going through a management shakeup at the highest level, but we have not seen anything coming out of Williams to excite the American fans in the off season, in the build up towards the new car release.
yeah,
We haven't seen any content coming out of the Williams racing team to really leverage Logan Sargent's, I guess, partnership with that team in order to excite American fans. So that is one thing that has been worrying me, and how they continue with that will be something that will play a huge part in how Logan Sargent is perceived or received, or uh, how popular basically he becomes, right? And the
yeah,
second part of it is, what does James Walls plan on doing with Logan Sargeant? Because Logan Sargeant was clearly in the plan with the previous management structure, right? He was supposed to come into 2024. He's now in a year earlier. So how do things change when as James Walls takes over, and how does the driver development or the driver pairing change moving forward, and how much of it will be based on performance leading up to the mid-season races in 2023. So that those are the two things that worry me. But I think one thing that might help Logan Sargent's candidacy or popularity is the fact that not the fact, but is the American media. If the American motorsport media can continue to explain to fans why, or really showcase Logan's let's say progress,
Yep.
Logan's progress throughout the season from day one of testing till the last day of racing in Abu Dhabi this year. I think they might be able to sway a lot more fans otherwise, because clearly fans are following a much more media outlets, motor racing media outlets. So if they can really break it down to why Logan Sargeant is an exciting prospect, and really try and continue that hype train, not just build it but also sustain it, I think that is one quiver in Logan Sargent's feather that might help him.
Yeah, and I mean, not only just the motorsport media outlets in the US, but even someone like, you know, I don't know the names, but Sports Center, some generic sports news outlets
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
US, like get Will Buxton on an interview every couple of weeks, after every three races, just to basically track Logan Sargent's season and
Yeah.
get that name uh, into the minds of Americans again and again, basically.
What I'm also surprised about is, I mean, obviously Logan Sargent has been hailed by everyone across the IndyCar paddock, and everyone who knows him personally. What I'm also surprised about is like Liberty Media has not made an attempt to market Logan Sargent to the American F1 community yet.
Yep.
I would imagine that there might have been a push from Liberty Media through Williams to get him out there a little bit more, do a little bit more marketing, PR, whatever with him, a lot more events with him locally to really get the fans to get him in front of the fans. In fact, so that has been a little bit surprising, and again, like I said, it's a little bit worrisome because yes, he's the first American after Alexander Rossi in 2015 who technically did not do a full season. He's the first American to do a full season in a long, long time, and there just hasn't been enough talk about him. And we are literally just a week away, not even a week away. I mean, the car launches are underway basically, and we are like a couple of weeks away from testing.
Yeah, I mean, I think Williams' launch is this week, right? In
Yeah,
Feb first week.
yeah,
Yep.
maybe, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, the there has there hasn't been any hype from Williams, regardless of Logan Sargent. Like there hasn't been anything. But yeah, it's up to the team. It's up to F1 to, because see, everyone knows the potential there. Everyone knows that US is a big market. Logan Sargent is the national hero of sorts in Formula One for the Americans, and all those things put together. Everyone knows the picture, right? So it's now up to Williams and Formula One and Liberty Media commercial rights holders to promote that.
Yeah, we'll see how it pans out, but I really wish I mean, Logan Sargent, we've seen him this year in F2, and we've seen what he can do with the car, and we're hoping it translates to some exciting performances in the Williams. So yeah, we'll see how it pans out. Anything else you want to say about this before we wrap up?
Not a lot. Yep.
All right, yeah. Thank you for joining me once again, Vedant, and we'll catch you on the next one.